Okay, this is going to be like the first video of my random thoughts. And basically what they are just idle thoughts, things that have been going on, things that I've saw, and I will be sharing them with you, and I want you to weigh in on the issue. Now, this is my first of the random thoughts. So, go ahead, weigh in, and tell me what you think. Okay, I do have to leave this disclaimer before I even begin the video. First of all, I was super crunk. Second of all, I was super awed. And then third of all, I lost a ton of stuff when I was editing it. So, with that being the particular case, I want you to come to a conclusion with your own thoughts, your own mind, without any of the background of the information that I was going to put in the video, because I'm not doing it again. Hey YouTube, Joyful Expressions. I'm coming to you with a different topic. I wanted to talk to you about something that came through the pipelines from my mother. Okay, here's the scenario. In a beautiful praise and worship, she's kind of in like a medium/mega church for her area, and she's in service and praising the Lord and worshiping the Lord, and so the word comes forth. Lo and behold, down the road, down the pew, as she notices somebody is breastfeeding, nursing in the middle of the sanctuary. Now I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about that. And I want to give my disclaimer. I nursed and I breastfed, it's the same thing, for 9 months. So there's no bias to what I think. But I do want to know what you guys think. Is it appropriate? I know we come as you are, and it's a house of worship, and it's, you know, supposed to be an area, an atmosphere where we're welcoming and accepting of each other. But nursing in the middle of the sanctuary, when you have teenage boys in the sanctuary, you have other men in the sanctuary who ain't quite get delivered because everybody ain't saved up in the house. So my mother proceeded to make the decision that she was going to go ahead and address the woman, and not in that negative way, but she would just kindly go up to her and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you know, we have a lobby, and we also have a nursing room in the bathroom. Would you mind going ahead and doing that?" And this woman was like, "Why? For what?" Okay, now just look at this scenario, guys. We know it's an innocent baby. We know the child needs to be fed. A lot of you who are nursing mothers understand. However, if you have your immature 15-year-old son who's sitting next to you, as the little boy or the young teenager that was sitting behind her was, and baby accidentally removed himself from the milk supply, for lack of better words, is that the appropriate place for you to be nursing? Now, I'm assuming the answer is no, but here it gets even a little bit more weird. The lady does, you know, leave or whatever, but the other members of the congregation acted as if they were offended that my mother even said anything. That is where mothers of the house are important. That is where, you know, structure is important. And we really have to learn how to do things in love, which it was done in love. So now my mother becomes the modern day martyr because she made the decision to ask this young lady to just relocate. And the lady didn't really get offended. She was just, you know, inquisitive as to why. And oh, by the way, her husband was there. So I don't know. My husband's not going to let me nurse in the sanctuary of the church. So just weigh in on this situation. Is this something that should have been addressed? Now, my viewpoint and my ideas of it is, yes, it should have been addressed. Not because the woman was doing anything wrong, but sometimes we just don't know. We don't know what we don't know. And you can't fault anybody for not knowing. So when someone comes to you in love, don't be offended. Don't be, oh, what does she know? And I ain't never come back to this church. No, you just didn't know. I'm sorry, and I'm just going to relocate, and I'm going to not do it again. That's just that simple. So I don't believe that the woman was, you know, offended, but it seemed like the members of the congregation was offended. And I'm thinking to myself, there's an issue behind that. That's a whole nother topic. But yes, how do you feel about nursing in the sanctuary? Now, listen, y'all. This is not about denominations. This is not about, you know, order or anything like that. But I'm just saying, with this whole thing of being able to know when we should speak up as Christians, and then as, you know, being able to support our brothers and sisters in love again with the decision. So weigh in. I'm sure you guys have a ton of questions, laughter, and jokes, because I was sitting here like, Mom, no, she didn't. For real. When she told me this, I was like, and what pastor said? And of course, pastor can't say anything. He's preaching because my old pastor, he would have been like, excuse you, not in a negative way again, but just because of the simple fact, really, you really didn't know that? That's like me sitting in corporate America and I pull out and just start in the middle of a president conference. I guess it's just a level of reverence to the sanctuary. And I guess it was more or less, I believe, out of a pure heart. The members, I want to look at it in a pure heart. I'm not saying that they had a pure heart, but I'm assuming that the members were more concerned of her coming back and not being offended. So just weigh in. Boobs in the middle of the sanctuary. Babies nursing in the middle of the sanctuary. I don't know. Let me know. Bye, YouTube.